mutagen, seed tusker and bark. And there we go. Tree seed elegea or elegea. Cool. And while we're here, we've got we've got enough materials for our tree thing, I think. Tree spreader we do. Let's go and see how the trees are doing outside anyway. The other one we built. Do we have trees? Sprouting trees, the beginning of trees, mixing in with the golden seed plants over here, look. Okay, so where else can we do this? Maybe over here. Are we going to... Oh, steady go. Are we going to see some more trees growing in the wild as well? Do you reckon that'd be cool? Very exciting. This is a great spot. Or is it? No, there's not enough land around here. We've got a little finger of water coming out. This could be a good place. How about this? Yeah, we'll do it over here. Like that. Humalora. There we go. And while we're out here, I've got some food. Okay, just checking. Let's have a little fly around and see what we can see. Oh, this might be good over here for growing trees and things. It's got an interesting array of plants. Not plants, water coming up over here. Getting really quite flooded in the desert, isn't it? Really quite flooded. But no trees as yet, but you wouldn't say this is necessarily the most hospitable area. But I reckon over here, this is where we saw that little green area from last time, didn't we? That the rolling hills or whatever they were over here, with the crater area. And I think that might be a good place. There's the wreck I would explore. I cleared this out, didn't I? Yeah, I did. If any trees are going to go up anywhere, it might be around here. Of course, I'm still looking out for new lost locations. I'm sure Raven's playing now as well, so I'm sure she'll find some for me as well. Oh, still no trees. I've got more zeolite coming through on the roots. Did we go on here before? I don't think so, no, because there's treasures under here. We'll drop off some water. We don't need that much water. I'm going to come back later and think that's very weird to find all this water under here. But there you go. Yeah, see if I can find any more hidden areas. Would be very cool. I'm sure it's possible. But I think I'll still be more excited to find a tree. Ah, which plant are you? Volnus. This is the one we were talking about, wasn't it? That's the one. That's the one I couldn't find. What if we've got different plants going in different areas then? So I found an arama in the area just past the aluminium rocks or whatever they are, near where we've built our base. This torch is very powerful. One more powerful torch would be nice. The other one I found was over here in the desert, and I also picked that one, I think. So yeah, I'm wondering if we get different plants growing in. What's this then? Another one, another Volnus. Yeah, so I'm wondering if we're getting different plants. What did the Volnus do again? 500% oxygen. We shall rip you straight from the ground then. What are we going to drop off, do you reckon? How about oxygen? Because that's not vital or anything. Let's leave that behind. Yeah, we'll. I saw the other one over here. So it's still worth touring around the area. You want to find everything because new things are turning up all the time. But I found the other one, the other arrayma over here somewhere, towards the Stargate. By the way, I need to show you the Stargate anyway. Here's the Stargate Walkgate thing, and some plants have decided it's a lovely construction to build upon as a creeper. Look at that. Right, let's just... anything else useful in here? Not really. Oh! Hello, you. Where did you... My God, where did you come from? That's a tree and a half. Look at that. Do you reckon most of them are growing right next to the water? So before there was just the plants growing over the top, but I guess this is again more changes because of the environment. More tree than I expected. So I can't... It's not like the plants where I can rip them out of the ground. I would have to get a cutting of these. I mean, that's how you grow trees in the real world, isn't it? You take cuttings of them and you grow them on somewhere else. This is now turning into an impromptu tour of the place. Yeah, I wonder what other ones we're going to get then. I mean, you'd think we would get trees around there fairly early, around the area where we are, because it's a wet place. Let's see if they just pop in suddenly. Has that other arrayma grown back? Or the tree? The rain is very welcome. Happy to see rain. Anything growing through here on the aluminium hills? What a random name I've decided to call them this time. Oh, very pleasant. Let's see how our little... we'll pop in for a breather, and then we'll see how our tree farms are doing so far. It was raining inside my base for a second there. Maybe it's just dripping off me. Well, it's really coming down, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, there we go. Look at you. You're a bit stumpy. But you're very nice. And how about the ones over here? How about you useless piece of garbage? Still rubbish. Never mind. And over here? Look at those new trees. Oh, I went the wrong way, didn't I? They're over this way. Oh, we've got something growing. Oh, they're okay. Not quite what I expected. I guess they're not quite there yet. 55% growth. They're interesting though. Like the umbrella plants. Cool. Something's going on, but I'm not actually sure what. It's actually quite terrifying. Those are coming down really fast. Holy jeez, what the heck is going on? I honestly don't know what this is. But I'm not going out there, because I know we joked before about meteorites. But in fact, I did actually get hit by a meteorite the other day by fluke. I presume these are plant things coming as they're green. Yeah, I got hit by a meteorite and it really hurt. So I'm not going out there because it could well kill me. I'm just going to stand here quietly, drinking my water, hoping it will stop soon. What's there? There's something there, look. Is it super alloy? I think it's super alloy coming down. Wow. I didn't expect that. That is very, very bizarre. I did not expect asteroids to super. How did that fall? By the way, we're creeping towards... If you can even see this through the shaking. Insects are not going very far, unfortunately. Oxygen's fine. Biomass is fine because of all the tree farms. Wow, what a bounty. And so much coming down. It's like individual ones have come down. They've not got the usual pile of rocks with them. Just individual ones have come down. and they've just left super alloy, which is very weird. The game giveth, but I don't know why it giveth so violently. That was very surprising. Very surprising indeed. What's going on? Anyway, we'll go and look over here for super alloy while I'm showing you what the last thing that happened was, because I'm a bit stuck right now. So I've made a lot of the tree farms so far. Okay, the basic ones, and then I unlock the tier 2 ones. And tier 2 doesn't have to go next to water; it can just go in the middle like this. See here. This is a tier 2 one. Then the plants grow all around it, and it gets a, quite a nice growth because you're not stuck next to the water, and therefore a lot of your space for thingies is used up. Must be some more super alloy out here. Have to go hunting for it. It's a bit harder to spot than normal stuff, isn't it? Yeah, must be loads out here, but where I don't know. I really would like some more of that. Yeah, so yeah. Tier 2 tree farms are good, and in fact these are self-sustaining to some degree, because the plants that I was plucking, those two growing in the wild, there's Arama and the one beginning with V, whatever it is, they regrow. So you can keep on collecting those at a regular basis and then making more mutations to make more trees for the tree farms. And also we've got a hidden recipe, because these trees over here, sadly rather boring looking. This one's not on the recipe. The Biome is made from the golden seed, the one that gives you a big, like a 600% bonus in oxygen when you put it in the flower spreader. You're using it up, of course, but you are getting more by taking it out of a type 2 flower spreader and putting it into a tree spreader. However, as I said, trees and oxygen are not really a problem right now. They're flying through the roof. The problem is pressure and heat, and the only way to get more of that. Are you doing anything different now? I don't suppose you are you? Are you still giving us crap? The only way I can see to get a lot more heat and pressure is to build just tons more of the heaters, like the 4 heaters over there. At the excuse me, and the they're in the water maybe. Yeah, oxygen's low. I know. There you go. Yeah, more of the type 4 heaters. And more of the pressure drills, which we keep on doing because we're keeping on getting more resources. We're getting more. We keep on getting more sulfur and osmium from the occasional asteroids coming down, and also we're getting. Why am I not finding more of this super alloy? Loads of them came down. I think just hidden amongst my plants, probably. What you can do, by the way, is if you run... The asteroids tend to fall where you are. So if you run to an area where it's more exposed, like in the desert, you'll probably find them a lot more easily. They're probably just hidden amongst the weeds here. Yeah. So, in here maybe? Just not seeing them. Oh well. Never mind. It's a gift horse, it's fine. I'm not going to look at its mouth and say, where's the rest of my super alloy? I got some out of it. Yeah, but there's no more unlocks to do, so we can unlock before long, at some point we can unlock the type 2 tree spreader, which is great, but again, that will help us with oxygen and biomass, which is not what we need right now. We need more heat. I mean, we're actually into millikelvin now, and actual pascals. Now remember, we need to get to 1 million pascals to make it normal, but we've got a lot coming through. But there's no more unlocks to do that increase pressure or heat. Only we've unlocked them all. Only building more machines and setting up more rockets, which is a bit of a grind. We're kind of stuck. There's not a lot more that we can do, which is a bit boring to keep on doing the same things over and over again. So I'm hoping. Right now, I'm not sure what to do as the next videos. because that's all we're trying to do is hit those next landmarks, and there's nothing else for us to unlock. I mean, it'd be interesting we get insects, but goodness how long it'll take to do that, because it's barely crept up to this. I don't know if there's anything after insects. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not sure where to progress through, and we might have to wait for an update from the game creators. But that's where we're at right now. Super alloy falling from the skies. Okay, time for a mini adventure. I've been complaining throughout this series, haven't I, about aluminium, and you're probably sick of it. I can't get enough aluminium out of things, and I complained about the ore extractor not giving me the materials that I wanted. And then Raven mentioned to me, and she's the expert on the game, that she'd solved the aluminium thing, and I did ask her, but I haven't got an answer yet about she hasn't answered me yet about what the solution was. And I suddenly thought, you know what, I bet I can work it out. And it occurred to me that they clearly mentioned there are different biomes in the game, aren't there? And I wonder if maybe it was the biome effect. And let's see if the game's going to prove me a liar now or not. Well, it hasn't done it yet. There was some aluminium in here earlier. So having extractors in different locations, in different biomes, does make a difference to what ores you get out. So the question now is, what are the different biomes? Because this one feels quite a lot like the original biome, you know. This one here, the green sunny one. Then we've got the dusty one over here. And then we've got the one over that way, which is where poor old Xiao Dan was stuck. Any food in here? Any food? I have to eat my beans if it comes to it. So the question is, if I build an extractor here, will I get anything different out of it? I'm going to build the basic one. That's what I'm going to do. Because I've just shown earlier that will get ores out from there. And then the other thing I do is I will then build another one over that way in the other white base and see if anything comes over there. And we can build one in the sulfur location as well. I'm wondering maybe if the one for the sulfur fields, the one where you can get sulfur out of the ground, but you might have to use the Type 2 ore extractor. Anyway, so time for a bit of science, and we'll find out. Well, I had my second super alloy meteorite bombardment within short order from the last one. I found out why I couldn't find them, which is that they despawn very quickly. But if you want to go out there and try and dodge them to grab super alloy, you are most welcome. It seems pretty dangerous to me. Now, I was about to go do some science and find out, do a little tour of my mining facilities to find out what ores have dropped from which location. I haven't got every location by any means, but the ones I have. But I've just got a message come in. I wonder what it was. Riley, I'm probably not very useful, and this is our chum, supposedly. Thanks, Riley. As usual, he's way behind time. So, he was the one I think said about building high up. Yeah, building at altitude, even after, you know, the place was flooded. I'm not sure if Riley's supposed to be a joke or not. But he's always way behind everybody, way behind what we're discovering on our own. Right, let's go and have a look at this extractor over here first. If it needs a bit more time, I'll go and do some other stuff. But there you go. Aluminium is coming out. So there you go. That's a nice range of stuff, isn't it? So we've got no cobalt coming out here, which is usually more common. But we've got aluminium instead. Which is interesting because there's cobalt in the ground. Now I'm not 100% sure about all the biomes, but I thought this might be another one. But it looks like regular ores to me. Yeah, this is enough representation, so that's what sort of things we might get out of that. So that's very unexciting, which is a shame. Let's go and check out the one over here. But I mean, this doesn't melt as well. I don't think it makes a difference it melts. I thought we were at 5 microkelvin or not already, but maybe we're not quite there. Now this one, I should probably map this area a bit more carefully, you know, because this one I just don't know about the area very well at all. Also, I'm pretty sure I must be missing a gold. I'm expecting another gold chest around this bit around here, but I haven't found one. Not yet, anyway. I guess I could dig around a bit more carefully. I haven't spent much time in this area really because it's more harsh and I haven't had the resources to do it. So I should probably come out for a proper expedition to explore around and let us see what the extractor has for us. It's about the same again, isn't it? So maybe only aluminium is the one that's going to get us anything good. Then we have the question of this is Ichlus's area over here, hidden area over here, and the question here is that is this another biome, and is it the same biome as the Stargate over there? Doesn't look very exciting, does it really? What I've got in there, and have I built? Where was I built the other one? I don't think I've built one in the. Sorry, just releasing a dog from his confines. It's dinner time for the dog, and therefore he needs to leave the room. I don't think I've built one in the what other area? What's it called? The ravine area. Is that a ravine? I haven't been over here. Still looking for stuff. We've got plants as well. I've got to find my plants. I should really mark where they are to keep getting them out. That's the ravine down there. Yeah, I need to... I think I built the other one near the... what do you call it? The sulfur area. And I think I built one in the desert as well. In the desert miner we have standard garbage, which is a shame. And that might be different. Because I probably look these things up, but you know how I am. I don't look stuff up. Don't be silly. And I didn't build one over that way. That could be another one to look for. Just flying past over the surface of the water. Like a dragonfly, scooping it up into my mouth. And it may be I have to build... I might go around and build the Type 2 miners in areas like this, because you think this is a different biome, is it? This is a different biome, it's got to be, isn't it? Have we got any sulfur in here? We do. Okay, so far as I can see, we get sulfur, so it is worth building a tier 2 miner already. We get sulfur from in here, and we get aluminium from the sparkly aluminium spire type area, which is good to know anyway. More weirdness. I don't know what this means. Is this a good thing? There's nothing falling from the sky. Is it a bad thing? I thought for a second it was the excuse me, osmium and sulfur things coming down, but it's just a purple sky. Oops. So I was going to go and I was going to send up another rocket just for a bit of variety. The seed spreader one. I need 2 super alloy. But what was that about? I have no idea.